Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're firing up the engines on a story that's much more than just motorcycles. We're talking about, well, an American icon, really. A lifestyle, a community, a piece of living history.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Welcome to our deep dive into Mitchell's Modesto Harley-Davidson. It's located at, let me get this right, 500 North Carpenter Road in Modesto, California.
That's the spot. And like you said, this isn't just about selling bikes. It's really a fascinating look at how a local business becomes, well, a cultural landmark.
Right. Decades of dedication, building something special.
Exactly. It's about resilience, community, that unmistakable Harley roar.
And we've got quite a journey mapped out for you today. We're going all the way back, starting in, what, 1938?
1938, yeah. Humble beginnings.
And bringing it right up to 2025, we'll uncover some really surprising stuff, connections to racing legends.
Oh, yeah, big names.
A pizza parlor, that one caught my eye.
Yes, definitely unique. We'll get into that.
And just how they built this incredibly loyal following, navigating, economic ups and downs, cultural shifts, all of it.
It's a fantastic story.
So where do we kick things off? 1938, you said?
1938, Modesto, California. A guy named Leonard Andres starts Modesto Harley-Davidson.
Okay.
Modesto back then, very agricultural. Farming hub. Perfect place for riders needing tough, reliable machines,
Makes sense. So Leonard laid the foundation, but wasn't it his son who really, put them on the map?
Ah, yes. His son, Brad Andres. Now, he wasn't just involved, he was a trailblazer. A true racing legend.
Okay, tell me more. Brad Andres.
Think about this. 3 Daytona victories.
Yeah.
A national championship in 1955.
He was the guy.
Wow. 3 Daytonas.
Yeah. Riding those iconic flatheads and knuckleheads, the engines that really defined early Harley. His success, well, it brought incredible prestige.
I bet. Riders must have flocked there wanting to ride with the champion rod, maybe get some tips.
Exactly that. It wasn't just local fame. It put this Modesto dealership on the national stage. A huge endorsement. So after Brad's era, the family kept it going.
Right. Ownership shifted to Leonard's brother, Gene Andres. But then came the late 70s and 80s.
Tough times for American bikes, right?
It's very tough. Fierce competition, especially from Japanese manufacturers. And Harley itself, well, they were battling some serious quality control issues back then.
So the whole industry was kind of shaky.
It was. And the dealership needed steady hands. That's where Gene Justice came in.
Okay, Gene Justice. Before Mitchell.
Yes, he steered them through those challenging 80s, just as Harley was starting its big comeback, improving quality dramatically.
A crucial period.
Absolutely. And then, the next pivotal moment.
1987. Enter Art Mitchell.
Enter Art Mitchell, a local entrepreneur, a huge motorcycle enthusiast himself. He saw the potential and bought the dealership.
Setting the stage for the modern Mitchells we know.
Precisely. The start of a new era.
So Art Mitchell comes in 1987. He's got this vision, right? Not just a place to buy bikes, but a home for riders.
Exactly. That was his philosophy. Make it welcoming, a place people want to be, not just a showroom floor.
How did he actually do that? I mean, beyond just hiring friendly staff, which I'm sure he did.
Well, he empowered his team, encouraged them to really talk with people, spend time, share the passion, even if someone was just browsing.
Building relationships, not just making sales.
That's it. A long game approach. It built incredible loyalty. Then in 1990, the official rebranding, Mitchell's Modesto Harley-Davidson.
Okay, got the name change. And then the move to 500 North Carpenter Road.
Right, the current spot. Much bigger, more space. But the really interesting thing, the thing everyone talks about?
The pizza parlor, you mentioned it. How did that even happen?
Okay, get this. He leased part of the building, right next door, to a separate pizza business. But crucially, connected by a big window.
No way. So you could literally be checking out a new bike and smell pizza baking next door.
Uh-huh. Or sit down with a slice and still see the bikes, talk with other riders.
That's kind of genius, actually. It must have totally changed the vibe.
Oh, completely. It wasn't just a gimmick. It made the place feel relaxed, casual. You weren't just a customer. You were hanging out.
Takes the pressure off, I imagine.
Totally. People would linger, chat. It fostered that community feel organically. It blurred the lines between just doing business and being a social hub. Really unique.
So the 90s roll in, Harley's making a huge comeback culturally.
Yeah, the brand was red hot again. The 90th anniversary helped too.
And Mitchell's is riding that wave, but also doing their own thing. You mentioned something about vintage bikes.
Yes. This is another key piece. They developed this deep expertise in vintage Harleys. And get this, they had a technician, Bob White.
Okay.
Bob started working there in 1954.
Wow. Since 54.
Yeah. And he stayed well into the 2000s, his specialty, rebuilding those classic panhead, knucklehead engines.
That's incredible institutional knowledge. People must have come from all over for that.
They absolutely did. It made Mitchell's a haven for classic bike enthusiasts, preserving the history, keeping those old legends running.
That's commitment. And this family feel continued, right? John Ballou came in.
Right, early 2000s. John Ballou, a family member, lifelong rider himself, becomes general manager. And he brought a real focus on customer service.
Specifically?
Well, one area was inclusivity, particularly for women riders.
Oh, interesting. What prompted that?
His own mother was a rider. That inspired him. So he trained the staff, engage female customers directly, understand their needs, empower them in the buying process.
That's fantastic. Not just assuming they're passengers or they're with someone else.
Exactly. Treat every rider as a rider. It sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. It built trust.
And this ties back into the community aspect, doesn't it? The Harley Owners Group, HOG.
Absolutely. John really doubled down on community engagement. They became deeply involved with the Modesto HOG chapter, number 257.
So the local chapter was based there?
They held their monthly meetings right there at the dealership, often right next to that pizza parlor window, you can imagine.
Perfect. Pizza and HOG meetings.
It cemented the store as the hub. And the calendar was just packed.
Like what kind of events?
Oh, you name it. Swap meets, biker breakfasts, poker runs, bike nights, charity rides like a big veterans fundraiser.
That sounds like fun.
And the annual Modesto Toy Run became huge. Riders bringing toys for local kids. These weren't just sales events, they were community gatherings.
Building that loyalty you talked about. People planning their weekends around Mitchell's.
That's exactly what happened. Lifelong connections forged right there.
And speaking of connections, let's talk racing again. That legacy from Brad Andres didn't just fade away, did it?
Not at all. It stayed a core part of their identity. They consistently supported the Lodi Cycle Bowl.
Lodi Cycle Bowl. That's a legendary track, right? Quarter-mile dirt track.
Yep, opened way back in '53. It was a proving ground for some absolute giants of racing.
Like Kenny Roberts Sr., the world champion.
Kenny Roberts Sr., Chris Carr, the 9-time Grand National champ, Doug Chandler, too. All came through Lodi.
That's incredible pedigree, and Mitchell's actively supported racers there.
They did. In the 90s and 2000s, they sponsored local talent. Guys like seasoned champ Matt Waite and Michelle DeSalvo, a real trailblazer as a female flat tracker.
Fantastic. And John Ballou himself raced at Lodi.
He did. So that commitment was personal. And it showed in the service department, too. They understood racers needed quick turnarounds, specific setups.
Right, get the bike ready for the next race weekend.
Exactly. So you have this really cool dual focus, deep into racing culture, and meticulous experts in vintage restoration.
That's a pretty unique combination.
It really set them apart, attracted everyone from hardcore racers to passionate collectors. It showed their roots ran deep in all aspects of motorcycling.
Okay, so they built this amazing community, strong racing ties, vintage expertise, but then the 2010s hit. Things got tougher again industry-wide.
Yeah, the fallout from the 2008 recession was still being felt, and demographics were shifting. Harley was feeling the pressure to attract younger riders.
The loyal base was getting older.
Generally, yes. And younger riders often wanted different things. Maybe smaller, more agile bikes, different styles. Plus, the digital world was exploding.
So how did Mitchell's adapt to that? They couldn't just rely on the old ways.
They were smart. They diversified their inventory, brought in lines like the Street and Sportster models more accessible, maybe appealing to urban riders or newer folks.
Alongside the big cruisers and tourers, of course.
Oh, yeah. Kept the core strong. But critically, they really leaned into digital. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. They built an online presence.
Creating a virtual version of that community hub.
Kind of, yeah.
But
sharing event photos, bike features, connecting with people online. It expanded their reach way beyond Modesto.
Smart move. And looking at customer feedback from around then, it tells a story. Like Bird Eye shows a 4.6 star rating from tons of reviews. Yelp's a bit lower, 3.5. What's the gist?
Well, the praise often highlights that friendly, no-pressure sales approach we talked about. Knowledgeable staff, fair pricing. Someone wrote, Mitchell's has always been more than helpful. They don't mark up their prices. That kind of thing.
That's strong praise.
It is, but like any busy place, especially service departments, you'd occasionally see feedback about maybe wait times or communication hiccups.
Standard stuff for a high-volume dealership, probably.
Very much. But it shows they were listening and, constantly tweaking things to keep service levels high.
So resilience seems key. They hit 30 years under Art Mitchell in 2020.
A huge milestone.
And then, bam, the pandemic hits. How did they navigate that unprecedented challenge?
They doubled down on what they'd already started building online, enhanced the website, offered virtual tours, contactless service options for maintenance, kept things going safely.
And when things opened up again?
Community events came roaring back. You mentioned 2025. They had the Harley-Davidson test ride days planned from May 9th to 17th this year, showcasing new stuff like the 2025 Fat Boy Grey Ghost.
Keeping the excitement going.
Absolutely. And industry press noticed, too. Motorcycle Power Sports News did a piece in 2024 crediting their success to that authentic mom-and-pop feel, those deep community roots.
And they mentioned the pizza parlor again, didn't they?
Huh? Yes, they did. Still a unique draw after all these years, still fostering those conversations.
It's incredible. They also expanded services, right? Helmet house dealer, financing options.
Yeah, becoming an authorized helmet house dealer, offering financing through Eagle Mark Savings Bank. They had that 1.49% APR deal on certain 2024 models, just making it easier for riders.
And the service department's reputation must be solid if people are coming from all over.
Oh, yeah. Their techs are top-notch. Handling everything from basic oil changes to really complex custom builds. That's why you get riders coming in from Stockton, Tracy, Manteca, Oakdale, Turlock, all the surrounding areas, even down to Fresno. They trust Mitchell's expertise.
It really paints a picture of more than just a store. It's woven into the fabric of the region.
It really is. A cultural institution, like we said at the start.
Their support goes beyond just local events, too, right? Veterans groups, Sturgis, street vibrations.
A deep commitment to the wider motorcycling world. And that focus on inclusivity, especially for women riders, that continues strong. It really aligns with Harley's own long history of empowering female riders.
Which is great to see. And leadership today. Still Art Mitchell at the helm.
Art Mitchell remains the owner, yeah. With John Bilyeu still steering the day-to-day operations as general manager.
And they're not standing still, are they? Embracing new directions.
Definitely evolving. Bringing in bikes like the Pan America Adventure Tourer, tapping into new riding styles while still cherishing those vintage roots. It's a balancing act.
Looking ahead, what's on the horizon for 2025 and beyond?
Well, plans include boosting that digital engagement even more. Maybe exploring things like virtual reality showroom experiences. Imagine that.
Wow.
Bringing that home for riders feel into the virtual space. And they're planning bigger charity events too, especially looking towards marking 35 years under Art Mitchell's ownership.
35 years. Amazing.
It really is. But ultimately it comes back to what John Bilyeu said. We're here for the people who ride.
Simple as that.
It's a place where stories get told, bikes get admired, friendships start, and yeah, often over a slice of pizza.
What an incredible ride it's been, tracing the history of Mitchell's Modesto Harley-Davidson. From 1938 to today, it's this amazing blend of history, community, and passion.
It really shows how a business can become so much more than just commerce, deeply embedded.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are those key things, sometimes unexpected things, like a pizza window? What does it really take for a local business to transcend selling stuff and become this multi-generational touchstone for a community, for history, for passion, like Mitchell's clearly has?
That's the question, isn't it? Something to chew on.
Absolutely. So if you find yourself near Modesto, California, you really should swing by 500 North Carpenter Road.
Definitely. Grab a slice, check out the bikes, soak it in.
Experience that piece of Harley history for yourself.
Ride safe, everyone, and keep the rubber side down.